What's up guys, Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Venum Giant 2.0 boxing gloves, so stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junky rhythms right down your block. We beat to rap what key beat to lock, but we beat to rap what key beat to lock. We beat to rap what key beat to lock, but we beat.
What's up guys? So today we have these Venum Giant 2.0 pro boxing gloves we'll do the close-up weigh-in and review on. And this is a Venum's third glove in their 3-glove lineup of their pro boxing gloves. The other two is going to be the Venum Hammers as well as the Venum Shields. The Venum Hammers are supposed to be more of a puncher's glove. The Shields are more of a protective glove. And these Giant 2.0s are supposed to be kind of in between that. They're supposed to be a combination of both. So you're kind of getting best of both worlds with the Giant 2.0. This is a full genuine leather, Argentinian Napa leather construction. So there's nothing synthetic on here. I decided to go with a black and metallic gold color scheme. You can see it looks really nice and metallic on the palm side with the split palm. This is a Velcro closure glove that I got, the version that I received. You can see the grain on the Velcro strap here. And get close up with the stitching as well as the ventilated holes near the grip bar, as well as on the thumb. You can see the leather has a nice shine to it. It's not super grainy like you would find with some of the Mexican style leather gloves, and it definitely has more of a soft touch and supple feel to it. So that has a really nice supple feel. And kind of show you guys a good close-up of the padding. I would say the padding is kind of right in between the Shield and the Hammer. It's about medium density. It's not super stiff and it's not super soft like the Shield. It's kind of right in between. So that's kind of what they're hoping for, or should I say aiming for, when they built the Giant 2.0s, to kind of go with a glove that fits everybody. You can use it for everything. You do have that big gold serpent logo on the back, as well as Venum. I know some of you guys aren't a big fan of that. It just depends on your personal taste. You do have the Venum patch that is embossed into the leather strap, as well as the weight right there. So you guys can see overall, just looking at both gloves, they're pretty symmetrical. You do have a polyester nylon liner with the Venum tag on the inside. And just to kind of give you guys an idea. And I believe these gloves are actually made in Pakistan. So these are definitely a Pakistani made glove. And let's go ahead and put these on the scale, being that they weigh 18 ounces, and see if they are true to weight. So start off with the right glove. Let's see how much this glove weighs. So the glove is right at 16, or should I say 18 ounces. So 1.2, 1 pounds, 2 ounces is 18 ounces. So that's right, literally right on the dot. And then let's see the left glove. So the left glove is 18.4. So both gloves are almost on the dot in terms of weight, which is great to see that the gloves are on weight for what they're advertised as, even for a larger 18-ounce training glove. So let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Venum Giant 2.0 Pro Boxing Gloves. I got mine in the all black and metallic gold color scheme, Velcro closure, and 18 ounces. Size-wise, you can get this anywhere between 8 to 18 ounces, and they also make this in lace-up as well as 3 different colors. So you can get this black and metallic gold that you see here. You can also get it in black and red, as well as in black and white. And I know they do limited colorway releases. They currently are doing a gold and I believe the metallic gold and green WBC colorway as well. So I'm pretty sure those will sell out pretty quickly. But you do have those 3 main colors to choose from. And a really nice thing about this glove is that you do have a wide selection of sizes and closure types. So whether or not you like using Velcro or lace-up, at least you do have the option with that. Now Venum obviously is a very large company that has been around for quite a while now. Their gloves are really popular within the MMA and boxing community. Their pro boxing glove line came out a little while ago and was really much more intended to be suited to the more classical style boxers that really prefer a boxing style glove rather than a hybrid or an MMA boxing style glove. And they have 3 different models. They have the Hammer and the Shield, which I previously did reviews on, and obviously they now have the Giant 2.0. Now the Hammer is supposed to be more of a puncher style glove, where the Shields are a little bit more of a comfortable, more of a protective style glove, and these Giant 2.0s are supposed to fall right in between the two of those, kind of the balance between the Hammer and the Shield. And as you can see here, design wise, It's a pretty cool looking glove, and now this is something I've kind of discussed before with some other Venom products. The graphics on here just depends on your personal preference. Some people like the loud graphics, some people just like the more subdued look. It's completely up to you. But you can see here that the glove has a medium-sized profile, even for being an 18-ounce glove. I would say that this is on the medium size. If you do have smaller hands, obviously I would get maybe 16 or 14 ounces, or if you're looking to use it for speed work, you can definitely get it at lower weights. But as you can see here, or if you're using it for a pro fight, then obviously you would get the appropriate 10 to 8 ounce glove. But as you can see here, it does have this really cool looking black and gold color scheme right here. I would say that the gold on the back of the glove that is screen printed, as well as on the thumb, as well as on the fingertip compartment, isn't so much metallic as it just is a standard gold color. Where the metallic really kicks in is going to be on the palm side right here with the split palm, where you can really see that metallic gold. So that looks really good there. On the back, again, is that serpent head. You do have the Venom logo that's screen printed on the thumb, as well as on the fingertip. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of graphics. I mean, I feel that if they were going to do anything and separate themselves for this to be more of a premium boxing glove or pro boxing glove line, I feel that they should have maybe had done different graphics for this line of gloves for the hammer, the shield, and for the Giant 2.0, because to me it looks a little too close and too similar to some of their lower end or medium and budget-minded gloves, where it looks very similar to that. So a lot of times when people spend more money, they want a little bit more exclusivity. They want to have the glove not look the same as the other ones, and that's just my personal opinion on that. But I feel that maybe the graphics were kind of toned down a little bit, especially for a lot of the guys that are into boxing. Sometimes they prefer a little bit more of a simple look with the glove. But again, that's just subjective. That's totally up to you. So again, you can see that right there, the Venom. You do have the split palm with the metallic gold. You do have a halfway around wrist closure. So the Velcro closure doesn't start on the outside of this glove. It actually starts right here in the middle, and it's stitched onto the actual palm side of where the glove opens right there. So you can see that, and you can see the length of the Velcro strap all the way through right there. And you can also see it does use a polyester nylon liner on the inside, which is really good for cooling and wicking away moisture. Again, you can see the metallic on this side right here, full length Velcro strap. And as mentioned before, this is actually 100% Argentinian Napa leather. The leather hide itself has a really supple feel to it. It doesn't feel really stiff whatsoever, which I really like. I like the suppleness of the leather, and that it has a little bit more of a soft touch feel to it, so it doesn't feel too stiff, and the break-in period is not as long as you would find with some other gloves like Cleto Reyes, where the leather is really high quality, really stiff, but it just takes some time to really break that glove in. With this glove, you feel that it has a little bit more flexibility and suppleness. You do have the ventilated holes in the palm, medium-sized grip bar right here that has good firmness to it, as well as an attached thumb. The back hinge point right here, you can see, has a little bit of foam. I believe that might be EVA on the back of the wrist to give you some extra wrist support. And then on the inner side right here, you do have about 1/8 of an inch of padding that goes up along the wrist on both sides. So when you put your hand in here with your hand wraps on, everything gets locked in. Now, one thing I would have liked to see with this glove was to have it a little bit more balanced. One thing I noticed with this glove is a little bit on the top heavy side. With this glove, I think if they streamlined a little bit more of the padding around the wrist here and included a little bit more, then the glove would have a little bit more of a balanced feel to it, rather than having a lot of the padding up front on the knuckle area. Now, also with design-wise, with the actual foam on the inside, this does use a multi-layer foam that incorporates a rubber sheet, polyethylene, to really give you, as well as EVA foam, to really give you kind of a blend of both feedback as well as protection. So you're kind of in between the hammer, where you get a really nice feedback with the glove, but you also get the components of the shield to where you can really lay on some power shots and not feel the effects of the shock coming through the glove. So I really like the way it felt on the bag, especially the way it absorbed the shock, but at the same time, I didn't feel like it was a really dull sensation. Sometimes you have gloves that it's overprotective, and when you hit the heavy bag, you don't really get too much of a sensation other than knowing that you made contact with the bag. Now, the quality of these gloves are really nice. You can see that the stitching on this is done very well. You know, the reinforcement on the edges, typically the areas where you see a lot of the stitching start to fray. I didn't have any issues there. So that looks really good. The leather quality is really nice. You don't see any imperfections or any areas where they shouldn't have cut that part of the hideout and actually used it in the glove. So The areas where the thumb meets the index finger on the inside right here looks really good as well. None of the stitching is coming out. The symmetry between the graphics on both gloves is good, so you don't have one serpent logo that's a little bit lower than the other. So again, with the quality control, you can see that the serpent looks really good. The piping around the Velcro strap has a nice gold sheen to it. I didn't have any issues with that peeling or flaking, as well as on the metallic right here. The placement of the metallic on this glove is actually nice. Typically, you start to see a lot of flaking with the metallic when it's on the thumb, just because that's where you absorb a lot more of the sweat, and the salt and the sweat is actually what really breaks down the leather, especially when it's metallic. So you can see there the actual metallic has a really nice shine to it. The stitching on the inside of the palm looks really good as well. Really nicely done with the double stitching. The Velcro strap, you can see here, has a nice layer of Velcro that grabs on really nice to the back of the wrist, which looks really good. And then the piping is done really nicely. You can actually see all the stitching done on the piping. Looks pretty clean. You don't see anything that's kind of done over or went off pattern or went off track, should I say. So all of the stitching looks really good. The inside liner is really nice as well. You don't see any openings in the liner or any rips or tears on the inside. You can see the piping is done really nice, feels nice and solid. The grip bar feels really good as well. All the leather is nicely bonded to the inside foam, and you can see the stitching is really nicely reinforced on the thumb as well. So, craftsmanship on this glove is really nice. The leather looks really high quality as well. Now, comfort of the glove, when you put these gloves on, these are a little bit on the larger side. These are 18 ounce. If I were to go with something a little bit smaller, it'd have a little bit more of definitely a compact feel, obviously. But the gloves feel really nice. You put your hand in here, and when I was using this for training, this glove does take a little bit of a break-in period. It's not super stiff, but there is definitely a little bit of a break-in period in order to really open and close your hand, to open to parry shots, as well as to really make a fist. Once you go through that break-in period with this glove, it really does a nice job of keeping everything nice and comfortable. One area I did notice that was different with this glove compared to the hammer and the shield is that this piping right here is a little bit tight on the Giant 2.0 compared to the shield and the hammer. I felt it was a little bit more roomier on those other two gloves, where this one was really tight. Even for an 18 ounce glove, I felt some pinching down here. So again, with the break-in period with both the foam up here as well as this right here is going to take a little bit of time, especially when I had my hand wraps on. I felt like I had a little bit of a mark from this pinching down, so I felt that they could have done a little bit better job of maybe opening this up a little bit more to give my thumb a little bit more of a breathing room. Now the actual position of the thumb is really good. It's in a nice position. It doesn't jam at the top, so there's enough room for the thumb on the inside, and there's not too much padding on the back of the thumb where you feel like it really pinches on the thumb and gives you that numbing sensation. The fingertip compartment on this is really nice and deep. You can really curl your fingers over to make a great fist with this. The grip bar is in a nice position, as well as the inner grip bar where this little seam is at. You can feel like they kind of rolled over the padding on this fingertip compartment so that you can really make that really nice fist and turn your hand over to make contact. The wrist support feels really good as well with the padding on the inside here, as well as the padding on the back of the wrist, so I feel nice and secure. I have some flexibility in here, but it doesn't feel like it's too loose or it's too stiff to where I don't have a little bit of flexibility in my wrist area. And I know some people really prefer to have that little extra flexibility, especially if you're not just using it for boxing, but if you're using it for sparring or doing some kind of technical sparring with your partner, then that flexibility is really nice to be able to catch shots and to really turn your punches. Or if you like to shoot punches at different kind of angles, or you're a little bit of an awkward puncher, that flexibility gives you that option to do so. Now the protection and the performance of these gloves are fantastic. I feel like this is a good blend of both of their hammer and their shield glove. You get a really nice feel of making contact with the surface you're connecting with, but it's really protective. I felt like I could really wail on the heavy bag with this and with full confidence. I didn't feel like I had to pull my punches because I felt any discomfort in my knuckles or the shock was going through the glove. And I feel like it does a really fantastic job of absorbing the shots. The only thing I wish it did better was just this thumb right here, which caused a little bit of discomfort. But the actual ergonomics of the hand compartment is perfect, minus this strap. So if this came out a little bit more, it would be perfect. But being able to turn my punches over and really land and get that nice sensation of landing and that satisfaction that you get when you get that nice shot, and the feeling of it going through the padding is really nice with this glove, and a perfect balance with that. One other thing what I like about this glove is that it actually makes for a really good training glove. So if you're using this for bag work, for mitts, for sparring, it can do pretty much everything. And I think that's the purpose behind this being the balanced glove between the three gloves they offer in the pro boxing glove line is that this is a glove that you can use pretty much for all gym work because of the type of padding they use, the wrist support, and everything else that you incorporate with this glove. So I really like that part of this glove where it's a little bit more balanced than the other two. Now, cost-wise is kind of the big issue here. When these gloves were initially released a while back, they were under $200. I think they were $179. And then Venum bumped the price up for all three models. The black and the red, the black and the white are $219. If you decide to go with the black and metallic gold, it's $249. So you're seeing quite a bit of a jump up in price. You're looking at $30 extra just for a little bit of metallic, and really the metallic is just on this palm side. So for $30 more, basically what you're getting is just this little strip of metallic right here. Because I couldn't imagine that this is not even metallic. I couldn't imagine that this gold color would cost them any different than their standard red or their white. So essentially, the really only upgrade color-wise you're getting is going to be, or should I say even material-wise, is going to be this little metallic strip, which to me, I don't really see why that asks for a $30 price difference or a price hike compared to the black and red and black and white gloves. So to me, it's kind of an overpriced glove. I feel that it's a nice glove, but there's so many other gloves under $200 or even around the $100 mark that does a great job as well, that have great quality, and that has even more color schemes and doesn't charge extra if you want to go with a metallic color. So I think that the price of the glove is definitely on the higher side and a little bit overpriced for what it is. Not to take away anything from the glove, but I'm just kind of comparing it to what else is out there in a comparable market. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Venum Giant 2.0 boxing gloves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.